It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey, welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I gotta tell you, I'm exhausted. I'm done. After this show, I'm going home. I am so exhausted. We got 100 moving parts going on in here.
I think we did it very calmly. Have you noticed? So I do have a theme though. When I start something, I get up and I leave. And I leave you to finish it.
You leave me with meetings and you leave. And you leave me on the phone and you leave. And then we have guests. And mind you, she says to me, we have no guests today.
Today we have a lot of guests. Today's actually the first day that we're actually segmenting and moving people 6-10 feet apart instead of putting multiple people on the same set. We've got a lot of moving pieces. We're here, Jay's there, Neil's there. We've got Mia recording in one room. We've got Teddy and Valerie in another room. I don't even know where Hector is. I guess Hector's in his office. So
no, Hector is helping record Mia's show.
Mia.
Now I am totally surprised because I thought Mia was recording at 3 o'clock.
She texted me last night.
So
she was
she's recording early. Okay, I didn't expect that.
So she's doing her podcast today.
I didn't expect that either, but it's all good. So she's dancing over there. It's all good. And then we have art. We're going to talk about the arts today. We have our friend with food. We're going to talk about, and this man came in with a bionic mask. I mean, he has a fallout shelter mask. Do you know something that I don't know? We're going to get into that because
actually I do.
You do. He does. Wow. I got to tell you, we may have to. And in Florida, they don't have any kind of.
He's got his glasses and his mask. You should have seen Slick. He goes, so how are we going to interview him with that mask on? Do we have a less intrusive mask? I go, nope, that's his mask. He can keep it on. He can be interviewed with it on or not. It's like Darth Vader. Oof, I am your father.
No, do they have fallout shelters in Florida?
We don't have basements here.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's sand.
I know.
And the basement's a collapse.
It actually may have something to do with water.
Well, it's a glacier, so when you go in 2 feet down, it's all water.
Isn't a glacier ice?
It used to be.
But we're not ice.
It's
100 degrees outside.
And we melt it.
That's
what happens.
Happy Thursday to you.
Happy Thursday.
It's kind of like a throwback Thursday, actually. If I actually think about this, it's kind of like a TBT because we've got Jay Harmon joining us, and he's from the old studio where we used to be, so a longtime friend of ours at the cafe with some spectacular pieces. Jay, that piece is so magnificent. And everyone, please keep in mind that every art piece you see that Jay has done is done with pencil. So these are not photographs, these are not paints. This is all done with fine pencil point, which is beyond spectacular. We've got Neil joining us of Home Baked Goods. And Neil, once we started talking to him, he's a longtime friend of ours from a while ago.
We've known him longer than he's known us.
I know, right? And we used to get all kinds of treats from his previous location. So we're excited that I think brought us a rum cake.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he got in there, but rum cake always works.
Rum cake, we can have a side of rum from Gubba Rum, and then I think we're good to go. So the theme of today's show might be rum.
Rum. And we're going
It goes back to the pirate that you said I probably should have been on a pirate ship. Didn't you talk about the pirate ship this morning?
With the one eye
right.
and the peg leg.
Hence, I had one eye then too, yes.
Yes.
That's what happened when to the eye doctor Monday. He goes, that eye of yours. I go, I know, it doesn't work.
We'll make you a pirate.
So we're going to have rum cake and some rum.
The other thing is, sometime during the show, I want to introduce the winner of the Gubba Rum Dance.
Okay.
Which was Jarrett. Jarrett won, and I promised that the winner gets a bag of coffee. I'm going to deliver my promise with him on the air. We're going to take care of that as well. So there's a lot of moving parts today.
And I'm really excited. I don't know if we got that commercial in the English, the Don Pablo piece.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The commercial.
Coming in the English?
Did we get the commercial in English?
I don't know. I had to look.
But we have that, our morning show sponsor, our brew, Breakfast Cafe Brew, sponsored by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. They have a new commercial that we're sharing, and they have created our brand of coffee that we have right here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show, our own bag, our own pictures, everything on it, and it is an organic blend, an Arabica blend, coming from Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters.
Yes, and they did a very nice job. You know, he has his own production team down there that does these commercials.
That's a great commercial.
So he sent it to me, and it's in Spanish.
It's
So-
still a great commercial.
Well,
in
I tried to
Spanish.
send it. They were doing the production of Fuego, and I tried to send it in there, and I missed.
You confused him.
Yeah, and he played our
Something else.
something else.
You know what, though? That's how they learn. For those of you that
how
don't
I
realize,
learn.
we are a working production studio, and a lot of our crew are interns that come to us from schools. So they get to learn on other shows versus learning on our show, but they learn a little bit on our show also. So you will see things are not always 100% perfect like some of the other morning shows, but they are learning, and that is part of what we do. Is we are a teaching facility, and they are in the trenches, and they are learning, and you know what? It's all good.
That's right. And we are also going to advance because we want to do something for the arts with the artists and everything else. So as soon as they learn it, we're going to complicate the hell out of it. Because we're
And-
going to be doing remote stuff. We're going to be doing things with the artists in different locations. This brain has a whole lot of stuff going
And
on.
that's really scary. And I see Valerie now. Valerie is now taking production role, and she's telling Jerry what she needs to get her pieces done, and then she's turning those to Teddy. And it's really incredible teamwork, and you can't even explain it unless you come see it. So let us know by appointment only. Of course, we are opening up our doors slowly, one at a time. Our crew is here, and you can give us a call at 888-994-4995. We don't have any banners behind us, but this section of the show sponsored by Gubba Rum. So if you're interested in some gum and Gubba Rum, you can go to gubbarum.com. And my mom is ready to do some rum shots with you.
I heard she wants to be the judge of anything that has to do with Gubba.
What'd she say to you when her rum meets her Jack? They kind of have a...
No, she said something about when her rum meets her lips, it disappears. I don't know what that means. But,
you're gonna be like that
but
with the
we are
cake.
also having a special treat for our Haitian friends. You know, like I said before, I did Leslie for many, many years. We are going to have, Slick is going to do a small PSA for Gubba in Creole.
In Kringlish.
It's supposed to be Creole. I'm only
Kringlish.
getting Kringlish. It's like having that chocolate cookie.
I
and
think of like Chris
it's missing the
Kringle
middle.
when you say that, Kringlish.
I don't even know what it means, but he says, yeah, don't relax, man. He sounded
That's
like a Jamaican. What the hell he's talking about? It's going to be good. Don't relax, man. I said, well, that's not Creole, but we're going to do that sometime during the show. Have some fun with that.
But join our fun. Let's switch the cameras over to Jay Harmon, because Jay, I want to talk about this piece. We had you on virtually when you had this piece at home. Can't not even come close to what it looks like in person.
Well,
So,
thank you. This piece is one that I started in March. Being in isolation, I wanted to do a piece that would reflect that idea. And so I named this piece Isolation. You can see that he is alone by himself, looking into a light, so there is hope, and he looks like he's had some interesting things in his life, and he's like someone you would like to talk to more to find out more about him as a person. And being in isolation, how does he feel?
well, I want to ask you about that, because the picture, I wouldn't think depicts what we would all think about in isolation. The detail, Freddie, you were looking at the crucifix, the tattoo. You can see the pores in his skin. I mean, this is not a photograph. So for everyone who's watching this, this is done with pencil. You start with just a blank paper and pencil, and you create such realism. The look in his eyes and the shadow. You had some interesting things you were talking about yesterday.
Well, the bottom line is, when I was growing up in the Bronx, and I have another guy here who grew up in the Bronx as well, they used to wear tattoos on the eyelids. If it was a teardrop, it meant bad news. The crucifix meant something else. So as soon as I saw this, and I know you call it isolation, but yesterday we were making fun of what they do, drive-bys now. Drive-bys now is people saying I graduated and, you know, all that fun stuff.
Right.
In our day, it was a drive-by meant something else. So it was really strange because we had just done the show. We talked about drive-by. You come in with this piece. I grew up with this guy. this guy and me have a similarity, and maybe you can relate to this. Not that I know him, but about everything in my life is being reflected in what you got going on here, and that you did this in pencil. I'm just floored. This is remarkable.
Well, thanks. That's what I try to do, is to create artwork that people can, in one way or another, relate to. Either it's someone you would think, I don't know what's ever happened with this guy, or I would really like to know this guy, or that's me. It could be any of those different feelings. Let me explain a little bit about the style that I'm doing here. It's originally from a style that was created in the 16th century by an artist named Caravaggio, and it was called originally chiaroscuro, which in Italian means light and dark. And this is an offshoot from that called tenebrism. And tenebrism is when you are taking something in a totally black background and using a single light source to create the highlights on it using deep shadows. And tenebrism means mysterious or haunting. And so that is the background of this type style of art. And I've made several of these. I've done a lot on this particular style, and I really enjoy it. I'm doing them large like this. Before I started with this style, I worked in several other styles, and I've done a lot of different things trying to find out different styles that I like. This is the one for me that I really enjoy the most, but I have done a lot of pictures for different people. I have several here at the studio, and I've done a lot of pictures that were commissioned for people, and they weren't all dark like this. So
And we have some. We're going to show some pieces of that as well. So let's start holding up one by one. Now, I wanted to ask Jay about what's going on
You
right
have
now.
to put it over on the easel,
Just put it
Jared.
on the easel. What's going on right now? Artists have been affected tremendously because nobody, number one, is either spending money, even though they may want to or desire. Number two, everybody is confined and thinking about other things. But this is really like a time when artists get down and deep and certain things that you come up that are creative because you have a creative mind. This is not picture done, except for the one we're showing right now. This is all creative stuff that you have a chance to expose now.
Right, and this big picture, the one that I was just speaking of, I started it in March. It took me, I guess, 5.5 weeks to create it. And I did it pretty much in isolation. I didn't go outside, and I wanted something to reflect kind of that time. And people can look back at it and say, when was that created? Oh, that was created during the COVID era, or whatever they're going to call it. And perhaps it will have some meaning that way too.
I agree. I could see if I had this up and people are going to come over and says, what do you call this? I would say the artist called it this, but let me tell you what I call it
What would
and
you
why.
call it?
Me? That's interesting. That's interesting. I gotta think about that because I got so many things coming at me from the past, the present, and the future. I mean, the way this guy is looking to me, I mean, he's just been through something. We've all been through something. We hopefully never ever happens again. Has never happened before, at this level of sickness. To me, it's even deeper than isolation for me. Because I grew up with guys like this. You know, I lost people in New York and everything.
That was what a lot I was thinking of when I was doing it. I wanted to make it look like he's really gone through something. We don't know what, but it could be something that perhaps he's looking toward the future to get out of it.
It's really, and this is the latest style that you have, and I would love
Yes.
to, and we're going to hang him up in our studio, the dancers that you have. Like for some, Freddie, I can see them right over there in that corner, two big pieces as a backdrop. Those dancers are spectacular. And then you have this style you have with Brad Pitt, which is like...
This one was one that I was doing in a sort of abstract realism. I was taking a portrait and then creating it in different colors, simplifying the picture and making it to look like you can tell who it is, but the colors are different and it's simplified.
You can absolutely tell who it is. And what else do we have over there, Jared, that we're going to share?
And it's funny because Brad Pitt just did a piece where there was a graduating class, and he came in. He hasn't had a haircut in months, and he looked like.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I tell you, I'm going to bring in a barber. We're going to bring a barber in here as well.
And again, these are all done with pencil. These are not pictures or paints.
Right. These are all done in, I should say, color pencil. And even the black and white one is done on a black background with 7 or 8 shades of grays and whites.
Wow.
So it's not just one pencil, it's several different pencils. I go through many pencils in the course of creating a picture.
You know, it's interesting when you think about business and overhead and things. I always think your overhead is you. You are your business. It is your talent, and from your mind to your hands with pencil. I mean, look at our overhead compared. Jay's got pencils and papers, but what you create, it's you. It cannot be replicated by anybody else. This is all with an artist. This is you. There's no recipe for this. This is what you do.
Right.
Amazing.
I know. The only referencing that I do, I just go through photographs and look through many photographs to get ideas of what, I mean, I get an idea in my head. This isolation picture came from the idea that I wanted something to reflect isolation. Now, how do you do that? You just go to resources, lots and lots and lots of resources.
We should name him.
And could give him a name.
I always say that about your pieces, right? I've said that about your horses. Do you still have those? Or?
I have my horses, yes.
But these are also animals. Sometimes you lose your pet, and
The one that's right here, this is the type of picture that I have done a lot of these. These are pet portraits, and I commission these for anyone who wants their pet to be immortalized, I should say. I've done several of these as memorial portraits for people who wanted to remember their pet. I did a portrait from a photograph of, or several photographs. I prefer several photographs to go from because this way if I can, I like to meet the animal, the pet, so I can get a little bit of their personality. I like to put personality into the picture, okay? Otherwise, it's just nothing. I don't know if you've ever looked at different artwork that you look at, and if the eyes are dead, it doesn't connect.
If you look at the eyes, look at the isolation man, look at his eyes, look at the pet's eyes. There's
it's all
life in
there.
them, right?
But that's
It's
what
life in the eyes.
separates you, Jay, from other artists. And not to say, I mean, we're surrounded by art, but this is a different type of art. But you've mastered this thing to its
thank you.
essence. I mean, you spent a lot of time doing it. I remember when I met Jay one time, and he held up 2 black pieces that he was going to draw on, and he says, "Do you see the horses?" And I thought he was kidding me. So I said yes, because I didn't want to see like an idiot. He says, "Yo, you can see them too." I didn't see nothing until when you put those bad boys together. They were beautiful.
The horses are beautiful. Jared, let's switch over. And
Okay.
you do commission pieces, so all you
I
have
do.
to do is let Jay know.
I do. If anybody is interested, I'd love to talk to you about doing a commission piece. And like I said, I have several styles. I can adapt it to whatever your decor is.
Look at this one.
And that's important. I want to touch real quick on that. Businesses, sometimes bringing art into your business, it changes the chemistry of the business. And you're living proof of that. When I first came in here with you, and we sort of decided not to do here, and then we came back 3 times, we started to fill the place up with the art, and all of a sudden, everything changes. You get a different feel for this place. And it's the art. So I want to duplicate this at the radio station at NN. I'm getting permission from Jody where I'm going to be hanging different arts because they got plenty of walls over there as well. It just changes the dynamic of the building. And
It does.
if you don't understand what that feels like,
The energy.
it does. Come on down, because people that come down, they love it. They love everything that's going on. We're in the midst of changing things
Look
around.
at this picture. Look how cool this is. Here's the picture that they took, and Jay has it with him. You see the background? How it looks like he is just floating amongst the background in the theater. And I don't think she did this intentionally when she took the picture, but it's really cool the way we see him. I don't know how she did that.
How did that happen? We didn't put it on that background.
I don't know how that happened. Valerie, I don't know how you did that, but it looks really cool.
Teddy, how'd you get it on that background?
They did a layer, but
I like that.
I'm looking at this thinking, it's like he's like he's physically
It's
in
like
the
he's
theater,
here.
right?
Yeah.
like
How the hell
that.
did you do that? Like I tell you, I don't know half of what she knows.
It's amazing what our crew knows. That's why sometimes you and I just sit.
So anyway, so he's here. He's here. If you want to get his autograph, let us know. He's here. I mean, it looks like he's in the background, right?
Right? That is spectacular.
This is so funny.
And they're laughing.
This, I don't think it's Rod Stewart, if anybody has a question. This one I did several when I was doing another series of rock stars. And he was one of them that I did. I did them all in a ultra realistic style. And I wanted it to look like who I was doing and make them look good. And, so it would be, I guess, complimentary to the I did Keith Richards, and I was very complimentary to Keith Richards. And
Complimentary
You're very
means you made it look
complimentary
good?
to
I
us
made him
also,
look good, yes.
Oh, he did that for me, because
Right? He made us look good too.
no, you always look up at me. I'm a dog, and he made me look like a person.
it.
Now I'm gonna tell you how good. Let me tell you how good. When I first saw this at the studio, I went and I took a picture, and I never told you this. And I compared his face. I think he was on Time magazine, to what you did here, and you see his nose bridge turns to the left, and you bang that out, man. You got it so exact.
I look, before I ever put pencil to paper, I always look for the details and what makes this person unique. This is why everybody is unique, and what makes them unique. There's something particular, because if there wasn't something particular, everybody would look the same. And sometimes it could just be the look in their eyes, or it could be the curve of their mouth. It could be anything. And I look for that before I start to create a picture.
I think it looks
Incredible. Jared,
fantastic.
do we have anything else over there?
Now, all of this material that you're seeing, all the art that you're seeing is for sale. You can call us here if you want to talk to Jay. He is in studio. We will take your number. We'll put you on the phone with him as well. If you own a business, you can start small, get big. If you own a business, I'm telling you, it brings it to life. It's just a whole different deal that's going on currently.
Look at the colors of
at
this
the-
in
at the
Elvis.
studio.
And this is another abstract realism piece that I did. And I wanted to make it look like the person, Elvis, and I wanted to use some bright colors in it and make it look really vivid. And I have found that people who I really have been a fan of, I guess I've done a lot of those. I did a big picture of the Beatles crossing Abbey Road from the Abbey Road album, and in the background was like a wall with different colors from another album on their background. And I enjoyed doing things with real people and making them look like it would be something that you would like to look at. That's my whole intent, is something that people would like to see. My wife says my solitary picture is beautiful, but she wouldn't want it in her living room. That was her statement on that. I said, well, okay. And she said, she says, some places it would just be wonderful because it gives an idea. And I can understand that.
All of your pieces are incredibly unique. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back.
Do you know, they just let me know that they opened up Elvis's home, which just opened yesterday.
Wow.
And they give you a mask for the tour, and they do one person at a time now. But they reopened Elvis's home.
Graceland.
Graceland. Isn't that weird? And people just told me that.
Wow, interesting. Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, more with Jay Harmon. Let's dig into some rum cake. It is pouring outside here. You hear the summer storms rolling in?
Oh, I hear that.
No better time to have a drink of rum is what I'm thinking.
Oh, God, no.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back at
More
the Brooklyn
moving
Cafe
parts,
Show.
baby. More
More
moving
moving parts. Because when you asked me at 10, I don't know how things
No,
are
no,
going to
no,
play out
no.
until I
We're
see
going
them
to have a
playing
little
out.
conversation later.
I didn't know how else to play it out, but we keep rolling and going.
Go rolling and going. All right, so we got one more we want to show on Jane. So this, do we have another one?
Let's do a split screen with Jay, you guys. We're going to put Jay up with us. And that
No,
is...
there's one more.
No, this is it. We switched it. John Lennon.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so let's split it out so we can get Jane a shot, please.
They're working on that. And this piece goes with the same series we did on Elvis. Just talking to your mic.
Oh, sorry. This was the same series that I did with Elvis and Brad Pitt and Dawn and Freddie. I did one.
Dawn and Freddie. I'm
I
like,
remember
wait,
that.
I know that name.
It sits over there where we sit.
Yes, it sits right
That's
between
a
us.
beautiful piece that we do.
And this, I'm a big Beatles fan, so I can say that I've done several with the Beatles, but this one I particularly like because it was done in a bit of a abstract kind of thing that I can visualize as John Lennon in this picture. I've done another abstract John Lennon where it kind of just stops in the middle, and I called that one An Interrupted Life, and where it wasn't a complete picture. It was just like his life was ended early, and that was what I wanted to show.
Incredible. And you can see everything, the eyes, Freddie's, right?
Well, the funny thing is if you are a big Beatles fan, my brother was a diehard Beatles fan. We were working right across the street from the Dakotas. Is that what it was called? Where he lived, the Dakotas, on the west side.
Okay.
When he was shot, we were working in a building there, and we heard the commotion, and we didn't go downstairs or anything. We didn't know anything. And then the next day, they told us where he was shot outside his home. But the funny thing is that a picture like this, to me, is a million words. All of this stuff, living with my brother, who was a big Beatles fan, I lost him over 20 years ago. I remember him and John Lennon, and he was a man of peace and everything else that comes with this thing. And you captured it, and you hit it again. And it's funny, because I sound like a broken record, but I am just amazed, Jay, that you do this with pencil. I am amazed at the texture, the eyes. You can actually feel his hair growing. It's so good. It's just a remarkable piece.
And the other thing I'm thinking is we've got Sandra with us, and Sandra works with high-end real estate, and we're going to be doing a piece on the 1 o'clock hour. But people who are looking to stage their homes, and people who are buying new homes, who are looking for maybe commission pieces that really represent them, you can create anything.
Anything. I mean, I have done landscape pictures. I have done anything like that. I have buildings now that have my artwork in their lobbies of the building before it was made or after it was made for renovations and whatever. I've done that.
You know, the horses, the dancers, the isolation men. I mean, I've got Desi and Lucy kept me company while Freddie was in isolation. So they were my companions in the studio when I sat in there for a couple of weeks under quarantine. And all of these pieces, I can't wait to get some of the bigger ones in because they're so I feel like
They're powerful.
we started with some of the smaller pieces when we moved in to get comfortable, and now I'm ready to go boom, let's just go bigger.
Now I need bigger space. I'm glad we got real estate in the house, because I need a bigger studio.
Fortunately, I've gone larger with my pieces now. So,
Well, that's what's making me think of it, because the pieces you have done are amazing. How do people find you?
they can find me either online at jharmonart.com. That's my website. Or you can get my email address is grafitist
Graffitius.
at me.com.
Or you can let us know. We'll get you in
Or let-
contact
Oh,
with
you can
Jay.
come down here. And we'll hook you up here behind this curtain, and you can sit with Jay and tell him what you want, how
They
you
can-
want it, and everything else. I want to talk to Wayne from Dignity Memorial, because I think I'm going to ask Jay to do something for me, for my celebration of life, and somehow we keep it somewhere. But these are different ideas that float to me because this you become immortal when you get captured this way.
With a hat or without a hat?
Always with the hat, man. Always with the hat now.
No,
I
it's
can't-
branded.
Now,
You and
people
Slick.
ask me if I sleep with this. I don't sleep with this one. I sleep with the
Your sleeping cap?
sleeping cap.
Also in our studio, we've got Neil joining us from Home Baked Goods.
Now I'm looking at this.
How'd you get that whole brochure? Baked in Boca.
I'm going to give it to you, but I had to look at it. They have giant cookies.
We're going to pass these around. We got some more for you as well. Slick, let's cut some of this up and let's let Jay want a piece, and maybe Sandra wants a piece. You guys want a piece? These are incredible. These are mini rum cakes. We're going to talk to Neil about that. He's over in your studio, Freddie.
I know he's sitting in say, how you doing, Neil?
How you doing?
Now, if you see the mask
up?
that Neil has, it's
Hey
like
there,
a
how are ya?
It's okay. It's like a fallout shelter mask. I mean, he knows something we don't know.
If you're gonna do it, you should be effective.
But that is some mask that you're wearing. Have you been walking around with that mask all the time?
All the time.
Wow, since all this started.
I think most people just envy that I have this mask on. I think that's what it's about.
That's amazing. Now, do you have the filters? Do you change those filters, or they're permanent?
Can you bring up the volume a little bit? Just can't-
The filter on the mask.
Oh, yeah, it's got two of them actually right here.
I know.
And they filter out different size microns. So, I mean, it's not getting through there. Yeah, I can
Keep
hear
talking. I'm
you.
going to
Thank
keep eating.
I
Leo,
know,
this
but-
is amazing.
you liking it?
Oh my gosh, this is a rum cake?
It is. I want you to know that those actually came out of the oven this morning, and I brought them in an insulated bag, warm for you guys.
I know.
Holy smokes.
And the funny thing is, look at his backdrop.
Hey, you're sitting in the best chair in the house,
You're
Neil.
sitting in the rum chair. This is amazing. These were warm actually when I opened them up from the plastic wrap. They were
Yes.
still warm right out of the oven.
This
There you
is
go.
good.
This is like those lemon poppy seed cakes meets rum.
My God.
I know.
We actually call them unicorn hearts.
Unicorn parts, and why is that?
Well, because if you have a picture of eating the heart of a unicorn, it would be that tasty.
Okay, I'm telling you, we did not know any of this, nor did we stage this. We were just trying to keep everyone appropriately social distance. Behind Neil, his backdrop says Gubba Rum, and behind the backdrop is my unicorn fairy. So as we
No
eat
way.
the rum cake that he calls unicorn hearts, honest to God, I could not have even planned this if I thought it through.
Absolutely. That's so crazy.
Seriously?
So I'm going to bring the unicorn.
So
uni.
Valerie, for your week in review, you must take a picture and we need to document all of this.
Yes, but I want to set up the shot because I had the perfect.
How unbelievable is that? Seriously.
Well,
See, these
You-
things we cannot even describe truly
Yeah.
happens. Who has a unicorn behind a rum sign and rum cape called Unicorn Hearts?
I'm going to tell you,
it's,
you make me.
I mean, that's just fate. There's nothing else you can say.
So tell us a little bit more about baked goods.
Home baked group, baked in Boca.
Interesting. So Home Baked Group originally started back in 1992 on Rogers Circle in Boca. And back then I created it. I saw that fat-free foods were starting to become popular. And there were like no great fat-free desserts around. So I developed this chocolate brownie. And the brownie was made using a technique, let us just say that I developed when I was in college. And it was really good. It had no fat in it. And I even subjected it I gave it to the American Heart Association, and they put the stamp on it, and it was actually a heart-friendly product.
Wow.
And we actually got it to the point where we were baking 50,000 brownies an hour. The bakery was 22,000 square feet. We were selling to Costco and Publix and et cetera, et cetera.
50,000 brownies an hour?
An hour.
Can't even
Yeah,
count
we
that
shipped a
fast.
trailer a day of brownies, which was kind of, I always dug it because I realized how many people we were touching, with the product. It was really good, and we had great reviews, and
Wow.
it was really a great product. But, and so in any event, I did that. I kind of retired from that and went back to my jewelry business. And any event, when the whole pandemic started, and again, I realized the importance of comfort food. So what Home Bake Group is that extension of back then, and we had the retail bakery that you and Freddie came up to on in Delray on the Avenue and stuff, and that was, again, everything was the best of the best, fresh roasted coffee, donuts fried in coconut oil, nothing adulterated, but just delicious things. But Home Bake Group is dedicated to comfort foods, things like the rum cakes. We do these really great cookies, giant 6-inch cookies, muffins, scones, chicken pot pies that were my grandmother's recipe that people who eat it, you know.
I see this. Grandma Becky's. Do you like
Yeah.
chicken pot pie? I bet you do.
I never
That's
had
actually my
chicken pot
grandmother.
pie.
You've never
So-
had a chicken pot pie?
It's
I don't
Freddie,
know
it's
what-
like chicken and mayonnaise heated up. It's
I don't,
like so
I
you.
love it, but I never had it.
Yeah, it's made with heavy cream and white wine and shallots and fresh dough, and it's
And a
so
pastry
stupid
crust.
good. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's really, really good.
You've never
So-
had a chicken pot pie?
Say again?
No.
How have you never had a chicken pot pie?
You never had a chicken pot pie?
I'm sorry. I never
We
had a
will have
chicken
to
pot
change
pie.
that.
I'm sorry to tell you, I never had a chicken pot pie.
It's chicken and vegetables and like this, not even frozen dinners, like
What
nothing.
is a chicken pot pie?
It's like heated chicken and vegetables and a cream
I had
sauce. It's
Kentucky
kind of
Fried
like
Chicken.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like mayonnaise.
What?
It's like
No.
so you.
I
No,
put mayonnaise on chicken all the time.
I know.
A chicken pot pie, you start with garlic and a little bit of flour and a lot of butter. You put in some white wine and you make what's called like a roux. It's a thick sauce, and you put chicken stock in it, heavy cream. I mean, it's not fattening, but it tastes. And then ultimately it goes into this kind of puff pastry that's almost like croissant. So when you eat it, you're getting crisp, crunchy croissant and chicken
will
and
love it.
cream, and it's
Have you guys
It's
had
comfort
chicken pot
food.
pie? You had
Say
it?
again?
Yeah?
Slick.
Slick, you had it? If he had it.
It's comfort food, and
Jay, you had it?
it's all about comfort food. Home
And
baked
this
is
is
all
all-
about comfort
I feel
food.
so uncomfortable right now. I never had it.
I'm looking at your cookies also. Blueberry oatmeal white chocolate chunk. I mean, these aren't even like normal
Now,
flavors.
time out, Neil. You have giant chocolate chip cookies.
Giant.
And
And
these giant
I-
chocolate chip cookies, we were talking about this morning on the morning show, how you take vanilla ice cream. That's the cookie. That is the
Yes.
cookie that is
Cookie
necessary.
witch?
That cookie's bigger than her head.
A cookie witch, yes. A cookie
Oh my
sandwich.
God.
Yeah, so
That's what you need.
So the way that it works really nice is like a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. Hit the cookie for about 18 seconds. Put the vanilla ice cream in the middle. Put another cookie on top, and away you go. So
18 seconds. Time it.
Renee must be a big fan of Neil's because she says, "Way to go, Neil! So happy you're on live talking about your food."
Thank you.
And the bottom line is that this thing is to die for.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, you know how Dignity Memorial gave away pizzas? I'm thinking we do a segment. Mary J does an art segment, and we start doing.
Serving unicorn hearts
We
made
go
with
over
Gubba
to
rum.
we go to Unicorn over there and rub her antenna, and whoop,
Fairy.
one of these pieces come out.
We talked about that, remember? And are you open to the public, Neil?
Well, we don't have a retail-facing business, but there's 4 ways to order. Delivery Dudes in Delray, Delivery Dudes in Boca, and so that works real easily. You can order online at homebakedgroup.com, and we ship literally all over the world. Even the chicken pot pies, we pack them in dry ice and we ship them. Ship to California, New York, kids and, lots of parents send out cookies to their kids while they're in lockdown, wherever. And then, of course, you can come pick it up and we'll prepare your shipment and we'll do a drive-by. We put it on the end of a stick. So
Another
you
drive-by.
come by, we
Another
hand
drive-by.
it to you. But, our goal was really to comfort people and just give them something that's different, really supreme quality that tastes good, no aftertaste, and just
I
makes
gotta
them
tell
feel
you, this
good.
rum cake is spectacular.
Hey,
You guys,
thank you.
there's more if y'all want too.
Steve from Gavarum. I'm gonna tell you something.
But you will, Dawn, you do have to have a chicken pot pie. I mean,
We
there's
have to
no
try the
question.
I
chicken
never
pot pies.
had
We're
it.
gonna
before.
get one
I
for
feel
you.
kind of rejected. You know why I never had it? Because he says it has wine. In my house, Mom didn't have wine.
In my house, everything had wine.
We only have rum.
No, my house, pretty much anything. You name it, wine, rum, Jack, vodka.
Now I'm gonna tell you another thing. He is 5 minutes from my house.
He's right 5 minutes from here.
He's 5 minutes from my house. How is it I haven't been there?
Because it's not a retail store. But you
Yeah.
can do a drive-by, pick it up.
That's right.
3 muffins per order, 3 cookies per order, $12.
I'm gonna retail him out.
We
I'm gonna
can
get
keep you in sweets and treats.
this is beautiful. Also, you have an announcement. Don't you have an announcement for
Friday night?
Friday night.
That's right. So Friday night, what I thought would be a kind of fun thing to do is to create a safe space where people could come out and have a cooking class, a baking class, whether it's on, we do a lot of gluten-free things also, so if somebody, really wanted to experiment and learn how to bake something gluten-free that they could take home with them. So 5 people, our facility's 3,000 square feet, and social distancing, obviously you can tell that I'm serious about it, but create 5 different workstations. We have only 3 spots left, and it's about come have fun, a lot of Prosecco. Starts at 7:30 at 6590 West Rogers Circle, Suite 6 in Boca. And what the goal is really to feel comfortable and safe, and more than anything, have fun and drink Prosecco, like I said, and bake cookies or muffins or a chicken pot pie, unicorn heart, whatever, and just get out. Just get out a little bit.
Unicorn hearts.
Well, the producers are here, all biting at the bit. We want to go do a show when things settle down a little bit. We're going to do a show from his.
Dawn and Freddie
place.
Bake?
No, but they're going to wear the M&M candy outfits.
You just take it to a whole nother level.
Why? Look at it. He looks like an M&M. He looks like an M&M.
I think like nothing better goes with our Don Pablo coffee morning brew than muffins or coffee.
You're way ahead of me. You know I'm going to
Oh,
take
yeah.
advantage of that.
Right? Lunchtime with some chicken pot pie. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
With chicken
We
pot pie for
do
breakfast?
this muffin. It's called a Morning Glory muffin, and on the top of it, it has sunflower seeds. It's got raisins and coconut and walnut.
You like that?
It
Yeah.
is.
Morning.
I didn't make
Morning
it for
Glory.
a bunch
Glory.
of. Yeah, I didn't make it for a bunch
I
of
feel
years. I
glory-
started
I feel
making it
glory
again,
already.
and I think
And I'm
it's
thinking,
added,
and everything's some coconut
a
oil.
little bit.
It's healthy.
Look at the
Yes,
size
it's
of these.
incredibly healthy.
I mean, what do you? I mean, this is huge. These things could feed a family of 4.
And they are so, I can tell you, we've had their cookies before. These unicorn hearts, these mini rum cakes are unbelievable.
Thank
What
you.
time can people continue to order to pick up stuff from the place, Neil? What time are you open?
I'm sorry?
What time are you open?
We're open at 10. We're open 10 to 7 in Boca, and from 10 to 11 in Delray.
It's funny. Renee says yes. His muffins are to die for.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Melts in your mouth. I'm telling you.
That's how I'm feeling about these
By the
unicorn
way,
hearts.
we do a blueberry muffin with fresh Maine
Oh, that's
blueberries
what
in
I'm
it. And it's got like buttermilk in it and sour.
done.
I mean, they're just.
You ever
It's like-
toast? You ever cut
yeah.
that blueberry in half?
I
and
love
you toast
blueberry
the muffin?
muffins.
Santa Maria.
You and I together, man, we would just eat our way through
We
town.
wouldn't fit through the door.
I want to comfort you guys in the middle of all this
I tell
craziness.
you,
That was the whole goal.
And one of your cookies, one of your muffins will probably last me a month. I mean, these things are huge.
Yeah.
Giant chocolate chip cookies.
And
should
I
be
love
bigger
the
than
catalog with it.
I know. If he ever made a catalog that you could eat, you ever see how people sometimes do that?
Edibles, yes.
Edibles.
And you know what else? Now you could take your great coffee that you guys are doing and put your coffee together with the baked goods, and I don't know, that's like a winner chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Exactly.
You know, he's from the Bronx, right?
I think that might have been a Brooklyn saying, but I'm not sure.
I was saying he's from the Bronx. I never said that in the Bronx.
It's got to be a Brooklyn thing. You never heard Winner Winner Chicken Dinner?
I saw it in cartoons,
Really?
like Abbott and Costello, things like that. I never, none of my.
Freddie, I grew up near Pelham Bay Park till I was about 10 years old. And then we moved to Sheepshead Bay, which,
You
of course,
too, right?
was a
Well,
big
he was in a
step
good
up.
part of Pelham Bay. He was down by Throggs Neck. We were arch rivals in baseball. We played that. They were the better teams. But we beat them one year. Freddie played on that team. I wish Freddie was here to announce that. We beat Throggs Neck finally. I was the coach of that game. And we finally beat them after getting beat up by them for like 12 years.
Valerie, when you're doing our demographic sheet, you might have to add a few years onto the other side of our age reach.
And here we go. But I'm going to tell you, this is fantastic. Baked goods. Where's it located again, Neil?
6590 West Rogers Circle, Suite 6 in Boca, which is right off of Clint Moore in Congress, and online at homebakedgroup.com.
Homebakedgroup.com.
For
Check
Memorial
it out.
Day, you should have a plate set aside because, you know, Monday morning, when you get up on Memorial Day to have this, can you imagine? I mean, this is the right way to start your morning right
Or
there.
the blueberry streusel muffins
Yeah, they're really good.
with some
I
hot
mean,
Brooklyn Cafe Don Pablo coffee.
Yes,
I'm telling
and
you,
he's
it is the
texting
way
me
to
right
go.
now. He says he wants some.
It is definitely the way to go. And they have a spectacular kitchen there as well, so it'd be a great
We do
merger
something.
as well.
And I gotta
Yeah,
get
and-
myself a chicken pot pie. I gotta find out what that's all about.
We're going to get you a chicken pot pie.
Yeah, and come out this Friday night. I mean, tomorrow night, we have a couple of seats left for a baking class. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Starts at 7:30 till 10 or whatever time we want to end, and it'll be a good time.
Sounds like
We
fun.
may have
Check
to
it out.
send- We may have
Cool.
to send a producer. A producer.
A producer. All right, let's
wants
go
to
to
know?
commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be talking real estate. Any questions? You want to get in touch with Jay, you want to get in touch with Neil, let us know right here at the cafe. We'll get you all of their numbers. And of course, it will be on our weekend review that Valerie is putting together. Home Baked Group, baked in Boca, absolutely spectacular. And for Jay Harmon's art, I'm not going to give you his graffitiist or Jay Harmon. You can find him on social media or you can give us a call. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to switch over to our 1 o'clock hour, have some more unicorn hearts, a nice cup of coffee, and we will be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Callaway here from the VoiceOver Connection, and I'm here to tell you that you're missing out. Everybody has a dream, something that they believe can change their life or even change the world. The difference between letting that dream slip and making it come true all depends on whether or not you can make the world believe your dream too. Here at the VoiceOver Connection, we specialize in selling dreams. Our team of well-connected and influential voices will help take your ambitions, your deepest and wildest aspirations to places that you never imagined you could reach. The time for dreaming is over. You've done enough of that already. It's time to take action. Elevate your business by giving your dream a voice. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or email us at thebrooklynCafeTV@gmail.com. Because a dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
His abilities as a dry cleaner are so undeniable, Dry Clean Only tags have his phone number printed on the back. Stubborn stains sometimes call him late at night just to apologize. His pickup and delivery service is so fast, his vans have pit crews. He is the most interesting dry cleaner in the world.
You don't always dry clean, but when you do, use A&T Dry Cleaners. Stay dirty, my friends.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD. The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams, and oil drops to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Is that rain?
That's a door that's open.
Okay. Jared, can you do me a favor and go close the front door, please?
The
Thank
door
you.
is open.
Wow.
A lot of moving parts. I gotta tell you, I am really impressed with the baked goods.
Because we met Neil quite a long time ago. We never had him on our show, so I'm excited that he
Turn that
joined
speaker
us
down
on
a
the
little
show
bit.
today.
Yeah.
They are amazing. The unicorn hearts, we're going to get you a chicken pot pie. There are 3 openings left for tomorrow also for his baking class at 7:30. Baking and Prosecco. Right on the corner. I mean, amazing, spectacular, delicious.
Well, it's really nice, and like I said, every Monday morning when you wake up and you bring a box of them bad boys home and you warm them up, and don't tell her or him, and just do it. I'm gonna tell you, it could be pretty spectacular. I also want to mention any art pieces that you want that Jay will personally sign and autograph them to you, your family, your loved one, whatever you want. He'll put it on the back, give you a certificate of authenticity, he said. Anything you want to make it more authentic, glass it up, whatever you want to do on these pieces, he's more than willing to do anything that you want.
We got a lot of moving parts. Slick, thank you so much, because in between sets that you see, we're going to change them. They had to move furniture, switch mics, spray everything down, and it's a learning curve, which is why we don't really have other shows in here yet, but thank you very much, Slick, for taking care of all of that as well.
But I'm really excited about the next time we're going to talk about, because what she is bringing forward is what I've been talking about, the change on the cafe. I want to do cutaways like we did yesterday, smaller segments, of course,
Right.
but where you talk about a certain subject matter and you can play the video, you can go to a preempt that was done, all sorts of things. Baked goods, we could go there, shoot some B-roll and put it out there with an interview from there. So it looks like we're sending it to there and they're doing it live, not live, you have to guess. So we're going to be talking real estate.
Going to talk real estate. Actually, we were introduced to Sandra from our very good friend, our Moby Pop ambassador, Genji.
Yes? Chinchi?
You're thinking about what I just said.
No, the Moby Pop ambassador. No, I get it. But I'm just thinking about, because real estate is such a visual concept. It's you go in there and you got to get a feel. It's funny because I used to be in the real estate game as an investor back in the day before the bubble burst. Yeah, that was me. And I used to go out and I used to buy homes. And I used to walk in, there were people that were with me, and I didn't get a feel for a home, I didn't buy it. Even as an investor, I had to get a feel. They had to talk to me because I was flipping them. And in the day, I don't know if they still allow you to do that, but in the day, they did. And you go in there and you flip these homes, but if you weren't feeling it, no matter how much you made that place beautiful, because I used to repair them, I couldn't sell it if I didn't feel it. So this is a visual sequence that you do. Very important that people understand the visual aspect of what it does. So we want to welcome
Sandra Amani.
Yes.
From Signature One Luxury Real Estate.
Sure. Signature One Luxury Estates. We're on Palmetto Avenue.
She's new here.
How long have you been
Transmit
here?
from Chicago.
Talk right into your mic, Sammy.
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Sorry. Yes, I moved here about a year and a half ago from Chicago and jumped right in with the #1 real estate company in Boca. We do the most transactions, and the team that I'm on actually has 11 ladies, and we are the #1 team in Boca.
11 ladies. And here's the amazing thing that we were amazed by yesterday, fascinating. How many $1 million worth of homes have you sold in the past COVID era?
During quarantine, we've sold $35 million worth of homes. We do specialize in luxury real estate, but that's everything from $700,000 to a single house for $10 million. So we are swamped.
$10 million. What areas do you work with?
We're really in South Florida from the ocean to the Everglades and from Palm Beach through Miami.
Oh, so you're a very big area. So you're Tri-County.
We are.
$10 million home.
Now, what I wanted to ask is the philosophy of real estate. A lot of people have said that the real estate market was suffering because of what we went through. In New York City, they sort of kept the real estate market going. That's way too vibrant. Lower that mic for me. Lower that box. No, the box. And in New York City, they never stopped the real estate game. They kept it open for people. And tell me, how is it affecting what's going on in Florida?
Okay, so the first part of your question, or maybe the second part, we have to mask up, wear gloves, wear shields. If we enter a home and are bringing a client with, we wipe everything down, and then we wipe it down after we leave, just to make sure that the homeowner feels comfortable, whether it's a vacant home or an occupied home. But the other part of your question was, how is the market doing? And
Yes.
It's robust. Nationwide, the prices are up, still 4.3%, but in the Palm Beach County area, we're up 13.5% year over year from last year.
Oh, sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, that is better.
You're up 13.5% from last year, even with the quarantine, with everything.
With everything. And the issue is that, or I think what's driving that, is the lack of inventory. So we were already short on inventory going into COVID, and now we have an even bigger shortage. Some sellers are sitting on the sidelines and they think, I might not get as much for my home, or it's a terrible time to sell. But really, it's a great time to sell. With the shortage of housing, there's a huge demand. And we're seeing an increased demand from people coming down from New York, Connecticut, California. I get calls even from Dubai.
It's unbelievable, because people are thinking that's not a time to sell. And I know your daughter-in-law sells houses also. I saw she sold a big home. Is it because, and you were telling me that people are buying like second homes. Is it, you think that maybe they're not going on vacation as much, or European travel, so maybe it's time to invest back in a second home here?
Well, the market here has been hot pre-COVID, with 900 people moving down a day to South Florida, which is mind-blowing to me, or to Florida as a whole. But what's driving our market now, or a lot of the calls that I'm getting, are just people who realize that if they've been stuck at home in their house and realize that they're unsatisfied with it, or they want to move, because if anything like this were to happen again, they want to be in a larger space or just have a better quality of life that we all get to enjoy down here.
When 9/11 happened, a year later, 9/11 was in 2001. A couple of years later, I couldn't take it anymore, and that's why I came to Florida. And it was because of that catastrophe and everything around it that was going on. I waited till Freddie hit high school. I would have left right away, but he got into a very, very good school to get to a very good high school. And that was the reason, because of everything that was going on up there. So I'm beginning to believe that the influx of what's going on in New York right now is going to bring the Northerners down here as well. So if you're short on inventory now, I can only imagine what's going to happen in the next couple of months. You're going to be even super more short.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm telling sellers who call in, or anyone who will listen, now is the time to list. You don't want to wait until there's a flood of people on the market. We'll still be short on inventory, but now you're going to get your highest price, biggest bang for your buck.
That's interesting that it's short on inventory, because everyone must be thinking, now it's not the time to sell. Nobody wants to sell. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And you're saying list.
Right, and with the amount of people who are moving down here, even everyone who wanted to move, there just isn't enough housing. They're not building enough. There aren't enough existing homes on the market to absorb all the people that are coming.
And your whole team is a team of women. You say 11 women?
Yeah. It's not on purpose. If there are any great luxury male realtors out there, give me a call. I will make an introduction. It just kind of worked out that way.
Is it different at selling in the luxury market than a different market?
We spend a lot more to market it, but
okay.
Yeah, no, the principles are the same. You really just have to get your property out there more than the next person. And every luxury agent is doing the usual, going on social media, promoting. What we do differently is we spend about $30,000 a month marketing our houses. And if I list your home, or our fearless leader, Marcy Javer, lists your home, we are the contact. We don't send in an hourly employee to show your house. We learn it, we love it, and we scream it from the mountaintops. We even have a buy and fly program. So fly people in to look at the house, pay for the flights, and a few other secrets I don't want to give away.
Wow.
Well, and again, I want to be specific here, because different selling points are different marketing strategies, correct?
Sure.
And you deal only with the high end, or you deal with anything that comes along?
My background is luxury, and we are a luxury team within Signature One companies. However, if my owner of a $2, $5, $10 million house wants to buy a $100,000 condo, or his uncle or brother or child does, of course I will sell them that property. But we concentrate on listing and selling the $700,000 and up. And our average is between 1.2 and 15 million. So that's kind of our sweet spot, or where we have most of our inventory, I should say.
Okay, so with that being said, if I'm a seller, and for whatever reason, and we'll talk about that offset, for whatever reason, my house is not selling at that range, but I believe that it should sell at that range, because I was in the real estate game for a long time, but there are circumstances right now that have brought those prices down. Sometimes the community is selling just to get out. Sometimes in the community, the houses that are in that value are depreciated because people who get the houses, they don't want to really hold on to it, and they're blowing out the sales because they really don't need the money. They just want to get out of the house, and they begin to diminish the pricing of it. So this is the question. How can I work with a team like yours to get those values up? Is it curb appeal? Is it the paint job, the interior? This is where your real estate show, the real estate agent, it changes your life in sales. Now, I've been doing this all my life. I know for a fact that your real estate agent becomes somebody you call in the morning and the last call you make at night if you're selling your house. Because it's all a technique, a correct technique.
Oh, definitely. So in that situation, and really any situation, this can be applied, we will advise you on staging the house. We will come in and stage the house for you. We have all of our affiliate vendors that we can recommend that we've vetted that get the house, help us to get the houses sold. We hold events at houses. We will have valet parking, and we've had the mayor come and speak. We will do cocktail hours. We're really selling a lifestyle. It is the luxury lifestyle in Florida. We'll have a yacht out back, and people can go for a ride and come back, and there's live music, and really see what it would feel like to live that dream, which is very doable down here.
It's funny. When you and I first started working together, I went to an event like that up in Fisherman's Cove, I think something up Fisherman, whatever it is up there with Dylan. And they had they had the caterer come in, and there was music, and the doors are open, and there was a yacht docked in the back, and really, truly a different lifestyle. And it was beautiful, and you could feel the wind, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. But you want to feel it, right? You want to feel what it would be like to live there.
Yeah, going back to your earlier point, I mean, you really need to get a feel for the house and have the buyer be able to place them in that house versus the one next door on the block that they might be selling for $5,000 less or $100,000 less, but it's not move-in ready. It doesn't have the cachet that your house will have when we're done with it.
It's funny because I can show you a proposal that I about 3 years ago, I wanted to do this study, a show within the house on A1A. Remember this? And I wanted to do the mansion so that people can then, you have this chef, and you have people come in that want to buy the house. And of course, when you have more than one person wanting to buy the house, it becomes a bidding deal, whatever it was in the day. We had a chef, we had people that were going to sing, like an orchestra and a singer, all inside the house. And we did a show. And the funny thing was that there was no power and there was no Ethernet. But the owner turned it on. By the time that we got all that straightened out, they sold the house. But what a concept.
Well, we did talk about doing that,
We
yes.
talked about doing it multiple times.
We've even had flyovers. We've put video in from drones.
That's
Remember we
right.
did that down at Beasley.
That's
for
right.
one of our shows. I don't remember what show it was, but we did that.
It was a fantastic idea, but the houses started to sell. Just as we wanted to do that, there was no inventory. And we got stuck with houses that, weren't going to be able to pull that kind of weight, so we couldn't do it. But, it's a great concept when you walk into something, how you feel, how it makes you feel, if you have kids, the schools, all of that.
And it's so interesting what $700,000 in Boca buys you.
It is, and a lot of people think that, they're priced out. There are opportunities out there. And we scour the market on a daily basis so that no matter who calls in whatever price range, we can help them or we can refer them to someone who specializes in that neighborhood.
From Palm Beach
within our
all the way
team.
down to Miami and then all the way west.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sure you're looking to stage and artwork and artists, and it just opens up the gamut of so many things.
It does, and let me invite you that if you're ever considering doing something like that again, we have 15 million in new listings coming on. These will new construction all in Royal Palm, and I will put you in touch with Marcy. We can arrange
But this could be fun.
Royal Palm is beautiful.
Oh,
It is,
absolutely.
and I think it would be fitting of an event like that you're talking about.
And I tell you, we even had, this is what remember when we had the limo, the
Yep.
cafe limo? We had our own limo. And the guy was driving around, taking us, we were going to use that on the set as well. But the interesting aspect is, you got to think out of the box. Real estate in your world has not stopped, and Valerie's either, and it hasn't stopped. And I have seen more and more people now getting their real estate license. So you're getting a lot of friends coming out here. But like anything else, it is the person that knows the business is going to show you how to sell or buy your house correctly. So, you have to be smart. I'm not saying that anybody's better than anybody else, but you got to be smart because they sort of have to match your personality. If you have a real estate agent and you're constantly arguing with them because they have a different philosophy of what...
Well, it's not going to work for you, right?
It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But we have all sorts of scenarios for that kind of deal. I think it would be a hoot. First of all, I think it would be popular because a lot of people talk about doing it, and very few people can pull this off.
How do
Very
people
few.
reach you?
They can call my cell phone, which is 773-551-7898. I kept my Chicago number. Or they can email me at sandra@signature1le.com.
And there's probably an easier way. You have a Mobi Pop?
Oh, absolutely. And I can't remember
You're going to
the
text
code right now.
55312. Do you remember your code?
Do you remember the password?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Maybe it's signature, or we'll find that out for you.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
But yes,
That's
she has a
okay.
Mobi Pop. Actually,
We'll
I
put
might
it
have
out.
it, so let me take a look.
We'll put
and
it
see.
out there as well. MobiPub is a great platform for people to reach out for you. And I used to love, when I was in the day, I used to go out on the weekends. because I was in the mortgage business. And I used to drive upstate, New Rochelle, things of that nature. And I used to look for the biggest homes. And I used to talk to people that were looking to buy, to invest, and things like that. And they were bank ready in the day. You know, they had that letter that says, okay, so if I found a house and they liked it, I had a closing in 20 seconds because there's no they've been already. It was the best way of doing this thing. But the game has changed. You know, lifestyles have changed. Everybody wants to have that house on the hill, everybody, but you got to be able to afford the house on the hill. That's really what it comes down to. Doesn't mean you can't get the house right below the hill. It means you just got to buy right.
Halfway up. Your MobiPop is easy. All you have to do is text Sandra, Sandra, to 55312.
Sandra.
Jennifer?
Sandra, I'm gonna get a piece of paper. I'm gonna put it in your
I
hand.
know.
Sandra.
And you know what? And her service has been amazing. So anyone thinking about it,
Get your
definitely give her a
MobiPop. To
call.
find our MobiPop
Absolutely.
for the Brooklyn Cafe, text CAFE, C-A-F-E, to 55312. And to find Sandra and her luxury real estate to either buy or to list your home, contact her. You can text Sandra, Sandra. Text number is 55312. We're going to go to commercial break, see what's happening in our network studio. Let's show Sandra around a little bit.
Okay.
Have some more unicorn hearts from
Okay.
Home Baked in Boca, and we'll be right back.
We're still on.
And we're still on.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events they might have coming up.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And I'm back. Dawn is giving a tour. She's all over. Why don't you two ladies sit over here for a second so you can tell us a little bit about how it went in the studio. Come on, sit down, relax. I need another microphone. There's one there. Teddy, bring me a second mic. And we'll put them on the set. Dawn is giving a tour because we are looking to do a real estate show with the ladies. There's one. Why don't you sit there, and why don't you sit over there? Yeah, over here. Yeah. There you go. And we have Mia. Mia, you did your spot. You got a split on the camera. There you go. Mia, how was the episode that you did?
I am happy to say it went better than I could have imagined.
Yeah, we were a little bit nervous going into it, but this is our first podcast that we tried to shoot, so it went well.
It went well. I had more to say than I thought I would.
And tell me a little bit about what it is that you guys talked about.
So it started with that me and Amber wanted to do a podcast a lot, and Amber had this great idea. We kind of developed an idea for this podcast that is about people when they break up kind of talking after and finding their closure, because we feel like as women that we are kind of insecure about saying what went wrong, and men are kind of clueless, so we kind of want to change that and make people more aware for the next relationship.
There's way too often where you leave a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, and you kind of split ways and you don't talk into what went wrong. And it's important to to be vulnerable and to talk about what you didn't offer me in the relationship that I thought that I needed, and vice versa. So it's just about getting those people into the room and just being vulnerable and talking, and it might be a little difficult sometimes, but
I mean, we went at it. We said alcohol helps a lot, to be involved just a little bit, to get people to kind of speak their truth that they're kind of afraid to tell people.
Well, that's what you guys call liquid courage, right?
Liquid courage.
That's
actually better. I was going to say truth serum. I kind of like liquid courage.
But let me ask you, doesn't that become part of the problem as opposed to part of the solution? That you sort of have to get liquid courage in you to tell the truth. And then when you call a male clueless, maybe he's clueless because he may not understand you as a personality. It doesn't mean that we always have to mix.
Right. I don't think that men are clueless. I think that we don't give them, like what you said, we're not being honest with them throughout the entire relationship, which is wrong and it is detrimental. But I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I feel like even in the relationship, this podcast can maybe develop into something that does that as well, about being upfront during. Because even today, something we talked about, I was like, well, did you say this when you were dating? Because maybe things could have been different if we were just honest. But it's so hard for women, because we said this the other day too. We'll tell each other what's going on in the relationship before we tell the person we're dating.
And that's an interesting aspect. And Teddy, I want you to pick up a mic, because as Dawn is doing the tour, you can scream in my ear just like she does, because you guys are sort of the same. But I wanted to ask, because the way relationships are nowadays, it just got even more complicated. It's even more difficult now to find that suitable person. So, I mean, you ladies are young. Are you in the market that you want to have such a serious relationship the way things are right now? Or are you just looking to have companionship? Has the game changed? And Teddy, you can scream anytime you want. Because, you know, I believe that the game has once again changed.
Definitely has changed. I would say I am looking for, we kind of said this during the podcast too, like I'm over dating people just for what you said, companionship. I'm done dating people because I'm bored. The next person I date, I want it to be someone that I actually see a future with. I know I'm like years away from getting married, but I also would like to meet the person that I want to date for a few years before I get married.
And it's also kind of like practice, I think, you know? You're getting to know someone, you're connecting with somebody, you're getting to know yourself more, and you're growing through the entire process.
Now, this is where Teddy's probably going to yell at me, but in my opinion, women mature faster than men for a lot of different reasons. Psychologically, smarts, there's a whole lot more pressure on us. We turn to sports more than we turn to school. Don't scream at me all at once. But is that a significant difference? Women dating people that are the same age, sometimes it doesn't work, as opposed to a woman dating somebody who's older, because women mature faster. Your train of thought is quicker. You have what they call outlasting speed, which means that you stay and stick with things longer than men do. And I'm talking to you as a man. I know it for a fact, doing production for over 20 years.
Yeah, I definitely will say that I do believe that women mature faster than men. Basically, my whole life, when I was in high school, when I was younger, I dated like the seniors. When I got older, I dated boys in college because they were more mature. And still to this day, I can't date I'm 23, I cannot date a 23-year-old. Because first of all, they're, like I said, I shouldn't say they're clueless, but in my opinion, they are.
They're just not on the same level, I think. And I do know a lot of women that do date older, but for some reason I think I've always dated the guy that about the same age as me, but I usually go for men that are more mature for their age.
Yeah.
So then you have to find that, right?
Yeah, I guess that depends on how you're like. My friends have always been older than me too. I think that has to do with me being the youngest sibling in my family. I always had older siblings, and I kind of always hung out with their friends, so I also always dated older. I've never dated a guy my age.
So is it safe to say that perhaps it isn't that we're such clueless creatures in your world, but maybe the fault lies in that we pick. Maybe you just ain't picking the right guys, as opposed.
Seems like that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that happens a lot, right? So maybe the bottom line here is, instead of hitting the gas pedal, you hit the brake, and you make people earn a relationship. You ever heard of earn my respect? It happens in work. It happens in all cultures of life. Maybe instead of just saying, okay, you want to date? Okay, let's date. No, put the brakes on it. And let them, it's funny. Men love the word no. You tell a man no, you got him. Because if that's the guy you want, he's coming to get you.
It's the chase.
It's the chase. Always has been. Men are the hunters. We were born with spears.
I swear, that's what a guy said to me, and my first boyfriend admitted that to me. He's like, there's something about when it's like hard to get. He didn't live even in the same state as me, and he always said that was like a huge factor, was the fact that we couldn't be together. It was like star-crossed lovers or whatever they say. It's just difficult, which makes it
I think that women feel the same way sometimes, especially me, like we were talking about. If it's hard to get and I really want him, I'm going to go for him until I win.
Yeah,
but
competitive.
It's very competitive.
It's that competitive
healthy,
nature in people.
And that's the issue. It's just not healthy.
So you guys are going to be doing a podcast on all this material, correct?
Yes.
And the interesting thing is, and I said to Mia, you don't even, you can go that way. Yeah, go that way. Yeah. You can also take what you did today, the video portion of what you do, and you can turn that into a podcast as well. I'm going to tell you, you can also tease it out, because I think that the visual aspect of what you guys are presenting is going to draw a whole lot more attention than the podcast. Because if you look on the screen, I look at how Mia speaks, and I'm getting a different vibe from what you're saying.
We're very
different vibes. You can't get that from audio. You can only get that from visual. And I'm seeing, she has a whole lot other, what's the word we should use, Jerry? Maybe frustration, anger, she's ready to kill on one side.
I'm ready to kill. I like that one.
I'm the single one. I'm the 007 here.
Frustration, I think, is even bigger than that. And then on this side, you're either well-versed or you're more cool, calm, and collective. And this is what video is all about. This is what showmanship is all about. We just had the real estate segment on here. The whole game now, and welcome to my world. For the last, I don't know how many years we've been doing this thing, it is a visual concept. It's about turning a visual into an audio. I was never on camera until this one came along and she put the camera in my face. I hated it.
So did Mia. An hour and a half later, I'm like, you guys got 5 more minutes. She's spectacular. She's going to have a lot of editing to do.
Well, you know, you ain't gonna know. You're gonna find out that when you have an hour show, it takes 3 hours to edit.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be, because I know that Mia likes everything perfect. You ever notice? Everything has to be in its place.
How long is your show going to be?
We said the first intro episode would be 30 minutes, and we got a lot more content than that.
So you've either got a lot of episodes, or you're going to be editing a lot.
I was thinking we could maybe cut it into 2 or 3 episodes, depending on. We kind of went all over the place. There's going to be.
And like we said, it's our first time doing it, so we're not really sure what we're going to get from it, but hopefully something really good.
Yeah. You're going to get something really great. You're going to have a great following, too. There's no doubt.
That's what
we're
here for.
It kind of just made me think when Freddie said, she's the calm, cool, and collected one. I'm like, you literally nailed it. She's very calm and zen, and I feel like I'm the more antsy, uppity one. It's like we're Freddie and Don. Exactly.
Who's the calm
Don's
and who's the
calm.
antsy one?
I don't know.
No, I was going to say you're the calm, cool, and collected one, Don.
You're the calm, cool,
Freddie's more the loud. Freddie's more the crazy.
Well, they are drinking.
Were you drinking in there?
Just so you know, it's a compliment to both of you.
It's a compliment.
And just like you were complimenting both of us, I think, you know?
I'm more uppity. I'm more crazy. I think I'm more Freddie.
She's more Freddie.
No, she's more colorful. You know, in our world, Mia, there will be everything will be gray if it wasn't for us. We had the color.
If you think about this show,
one.
if you think about this show today, I mean, there have been so many moving pieces, but what's exciting is it's a full production company.
I'm gonna laugh. Freddie, we don't have any guests tomorrow. This is what you tell me. And you told me they were coming at 3. You told me they were coming at 1. You told me, I asked.
Switch it up to 12.
I purposely asked you at our meeting.
And I told you
to
Mia was
give
coming
me the
at 12.
description of the show because I knew there was going to be moving parts. No, Dawn, you didn't tell me anything like this.
There was a lot of moving parts, and I have to tell you, this baked in Boca, Sandra liked it so much. She just says, "I wish I could take that." I said, "Take it." She said, "Really?" I said, "Take it."
I saw she got the aluminum foil.
So Teddy went and got her some aluminum foil to take that home because it's amazing.
Now you see how Sandra's vision open and doing things on the outside is what and I got to tell you, I've been telling Mia, I don't know how many months she's been with us.
Since what, January?
January.
I've been telling Mia, you got to listen to the calling. There's a lot of white noise around you. There's a lot of things that will always suppress the greatness of who you can be. Case in point, right here to my right. A lot of stuff back in the day, it took me 4 years to get Dawn to agree to work with me. 4. You know what, 4 years? Add up the days on 4 years. And she's good at what she does. And you guys are going to be great at what you do. But you got to bring it. You got to believe it. You got to bring it forward. It doesn't matter what the white noise says. I love that people say, there's no future in AM radio. I laugh. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't think it works, ask everybody making a living on it if it doesn't. And that's what you're facing. A podcast is great, but you guys are visual. You guys are visual talent.
Yeah, I mean,
everything the way you sit, even the sitting is different. Look at Mia's high voltage over there, and this one's cool cat.
I'm always a
Like,
cool cat.
She literally is always the cool cat.
She's like you, chilling out.
Always chilling.
Look at
We've
you
known
chilling
each other
out.
for like over 10 years too. I met Amber when I was 12.
I was gonna say you guys aren't that old to know each other that long. Wow.
I
Were you
knew
in middle
everyone
school
else.
together?
She was in high school, I was in middle school.
I knew her sister. We were best friends from off the bat in freshman year.
Wow.
And then we didn't like each other at first, and then I don't know what happened.
I'm
don't
like,
know
is-
what happened. She's like,
is
news
that
to
true?
me.
I didn't know that, Amber.
Me is
You know
tough.
it's true.
Me is tough.
Mia's coming in tomorrow. We're doing sangria.
Ooh.
Yes, now do you guys put rum in your sangria? Or no? No rum?
I usually don't. The only time I
Okay.
usually put like liquor is I have used like a berry flavored vodka before, but that's a little strong. I
No,
usually
Yeah, the
don't.
way
do
you
that.
make a drink, it's a
With
lot
you.
strong.
Yeah, me too
You know, 3 fingers? This was 8 fingers.
They
It's
laugh
like an
at my
8-second
pores.
pour. 1, 2,
Amber
Slow clap.
bartends with me as well.
Yeah, I'm
Amber
also a
works at
bartender,
Brent
so I know
Max's.
that the stronger the pour, the more fun the night is, you know? So.
Yeah.
Are you a bartender?
Oh, we work together at
We
Burton
work together.
Max's.
Ah, okay. So we got
Oh,
to get
that's
over
why
there.
they have personality. You know, when you're a bartender, you have personality. I mean, I was a bartender for many, many years back in the day. You gotta have.
You did that too?
Me, I used to own bars. Yeah, I was a bartender.
There's nothing better than when we're working together. I'm like, the energy, the tips are better just because the energy is so good.
Yeah, I think the guests can feel the vibe between us.
You guys spin bottles?
I don't know, but we should try, start
should.
doing like some flair.
You buy the plastic bottles and you practice. You put water
They're
in
like
them.
the female version of Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Now, is Gubba, is our Creole Gubba man ready in studio? Is he ready? All right, we are going to try something new because there's a bet that this gentleman, we want to talk to our Haitian Nation Creole people out there because we want to introduce, we're going to have a Gubba drink tomorrow. Where is
Slick.
it? And this is Slickster. And Slickster, take it away.
All right, Gubba is finally here, guys. Gubba is a smooth rum for a cool cat, but let me switch it up. It's a smooth rum for a chef, Toho, or keep it funky. Gubba is Je suis magnifique. Gubba rum comes in a clairin avec un J, pas un J, pas un petit J, c'est un J, oui. J gen clairin là-dedans, oui. So pas dit maman avec papi about this J. J sa gen clairin là-dedans. So Gubba's giving you an offer of Gubba rum and avec Gigi ça and avec un valise pour $30, oui. $30, that's $30, guys. That's a
And
good
the bag,
deal.
Gio. And the
Please,
bag.
Mr. Freddie
And the bag,
and
Slick,
Miss
the
Dawn,
bag.
I need another bag
What happened
of
to
the
it?
Gubba rum.
Where'd it
Because
go?
Gubba rum is the smoothest rum. Oh, I'm
He
so
needs
sorry.
another
I gotta
bag.
hold up the bag.
It's in front of him.
It's in
But,
front of you yet.
but
You
no,
Gubba?
I need another bag to give to a friend.
Oh, yeah, no, I got a whole
Yeah,
box
I
of
need
bags.
another bag to give to a friend. But I would like to say, guys, pour $30, wa prend, non, pas tous les trois, just des. So, wa prend un clairin avec un J
Creole.
and un valise.
Gigi.
What more
Gigi,
can you
what
get?
more?
Gubba rum. Try it. It's here. It's in South Florida.
He's hilarious. He is the man. Because we're going to do a Creole show. We're going to build up to this thing because we want to do so. We have something
I
coming in
got
tomorrow.
another call I got to do about that actually after our show today. We got another call about a Creole show from JJ.
And, well, I'm going to tell you something. Part of the crew here is learning how to produce and promote product. You know, I mean, you take the ladies over here, they could sell ice to an Eskimo. You know what I'm
Yes, look
saying?
at them.
Anything they want to put. But this is part of the business. It's the business growth. You see Valerie doing all sorts of stuff. You got Hector back there. I finally got Hector to do a couple of parts for me that we agreed on doing. And he's the animator. Always been, always will be. I mean, he's good at what he does. And you got a whole house of learning here. We have voiceover technology. He went to school today. He had to leave early. We have voiceovers. We have all sorts of stuff going on. So you got to come on down and visit us. We are doing it. Just let us know you're coming so we can space it out. That's a nice job.
Nice job, Slick.
I'm glad you got your hair cut. Yeah.
No, actually, this was an experience for me.
Was it? Gigi, what? Now
Gigi.
I'm gonna play this for Leslie. I'm gonna make sure that what the hell you said was straight. You like it? All right.
You're gonna laugh.
Is that what it's all about? It's good stuff.
Gigi, that was fantastic. And I'd love to do a backdrop with you ladies at a bar. Like, I think you should be doing your podcast at a bar?
I have to hear what it's about, but we could do a setup like a bar.
That's what I'm thinking. I see them standing and having this whole thing at a bar.
We could go to our friends at either Crazy Uncle Mike's or where you work, if they won't let you do it there.
Or we
could do it at Barrel of Monks.
But I think that would be so great, is to have them do their show at a bar.
What was the name of the show? I didn't get the name of the show. Anybody know the name of the show?
It's called It's Not Me, It's You.
Oh,
That's
that.
Me, It's You.
Yeah,
I thought it was It's Not You, It's Me.
I knew she said it wrong.
Oh, It's Not Me, It's You.
It's not me, it's you.
I knew you said it wrong yesterday. You said it's not me. You said it's not you. It's me. And I said that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
whole
me, it's
point
you.
is that people say that so often in relationships. That it's not you, it's me. I just don't want to be in a relationship, instead of telling the truth. So we're trying to bring a spin on that.
Yeah, but women say that, no? I don't think men say that.
Women say it a lot, and
Yeah,
I've said it, and it's
men
usually
say
not
okay.
true.
Men go, it's you.
No, men go okay. You ever notice that men say okay?
And we're fine.
And no, I understand, because they don't want to fight.
No.
You ever notice that a murderer is afraid of his wife
Or his mother.
or his mother? Take out the garbage. I got to go kill somebody, Mom. No, take out the garbage. Okay, Mom.
It's not me, it's you. I love that concept.
You know, you should write a book.
They were in there for an hour and a half. I went in and I'm like, you guys got 5.
They would still be in there. But conceptually, you understand where you want to go with this thing now, yes? Yeah. All right, good. Because it's going to change, by the way. I forgot to tell you that.
It will definitely change. If you want to come tomorrow, Mia's making sangria. We just got to get some ingredients.
Yeah, with Mia, you need a shopping cart of ingredients. Things that I never
I know.
heard.
She gives me a list. It was like $100 a week on drinks. I'm like, nope, we got to change this up.
We want something short, sweet, and tastes good. And then everything, just put a lot of rum in it, and it's the same difference.
She's like, red wine. There's so many varieties of red wine. Yeah, what do we choose from?
For sangria, I usually do Merlot. But it could be house Merlot, cheap stuff, doesn't matter.
Now, when you buy wine, it's done by points, I think, no? Like 1 to 10 point system. You ever seen this thing? Where if it has a high point system, the wine is supposed to be richer and better. We have to talk to the wine chick. It's the way I was told. I mean, I used to drink Boone's Farm in the day.
In a box?
In a box. Boone's Farm, when you drank Boone's Farm, you were somebody. You look at Boone's Farm now, my son looks at me, he says, are you insane?
So much going on. It's not me, it's you. And it's airing
It's
when?
not me, it's you. Hopefully next week. We wanted to get 4 episodes before we post any
Oh, you
of
got
them.
plenty then. That's why you did such a long take. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to be categorized, and you're going to put it on your podcast channels open?
We have our podcast channel, thanks to Freddie.
Perfect.
We got
And
it
you're going
set
to do your
up.
sponsorship. Wait till you do a few shows, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But do not lose track of the visual. I'm telling you, I feel it in my bones. You guys are going to laugh at that podcast stuff. In the 6 months, you're going to say, boy, what the hell were we thinking?
Yeah, I think we're gonna make a YouTube channel too, to post the videos along
Absolutely.
with it.
YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, all of them. You have to open up a channel. It's what we've been telling the kids as well, to open up your own channel, do your own mark. And it's all about the branding and the marketing. You know, you want to establish so that you think of something, like Carvel ice cream cakes. Always sticks in my mind. That's over 30 years old, and I still know Carvel because
You guys
of
want a
it.
piece? It's a unicorn heart. It's rum cake.
I'm okay. Thank you.
You're funny.
I had to offer.
Why, because you're going to eat it?
Because they
Soak
didn't
up
get
some
any. Hector
champagne.
got a piece also.
I know.
The ones haven't had a piece, so
Me.
have another piece. Let's go to commercial break. It's Not Me, It's You, airing next week. So stay tuned. We'll give you more information on that. We're going to go to a commercial break as we end our TBT. When we get back, we'll
What's
do a wrap-up.
TBT?
TBT.
What's that?
Throwback Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Callaway here from the VoiceOver Connection, and I'm here to tell you that you're missing out. Everybody has a dream, something that they believe can change their life or even change the world. The difference between letting that dream slip and making it come true all depends on whether or not you can make the world believe your dream too. Here at the VoiceOver Connection, we specialize in selling dreams. Our team of well-connected and influential voices will help take your ambitions, your deepest and wildest aspirations to places that you never imagined you could reach. The time for dreaming is over. You've done enough of that already. It's time to take action. Elevate your business by giving your dream a voice. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or email us at thebrooklynCafeTV@gmail.com. Because a dream is only a dream until you decide to make it real.
We are on fire, so let's spread your business like fire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us today at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with the click of a button. Together, we ignite.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey, we's back.
I hadn't tell you, but we have a show at 2:30 today, and we have a show at 3:30 today.
The 3:30 is confirmed?
Yes.
Okay.
So, lots going on. How's it feel to run a whole production house?
I'm just watching things around me.
Today is one of those days where you're just watching things around. There's art everywhere. These pieces that Jay Harmon did are absolutely amazing. So hit rewind and actually rewind and see the pieces that he has created. We're going to be changing some pieces up here in the theater, some in our studio as well. That Isolation Man is beyond
It's
spectacular.
devastating.
Yeah.
And people are asking me, Dawn, I guess you're going to have to tell the public, if people want to come down to see the art and buy and everything else, how are we working this? People
Just got to
can just
contact
come?
us and we'll make an appointment.
By appointment only?
By appointment only, yes. We need to make sure that everyone stays safe, and we are at 50% capacity. I got a text that we're going to be having someone join us from the city of Boca to talk about what's reopening, some of the money's available. So Vice Mayor Bob Weinroth is going to be joining us, so I will confirm a time with him. And we've got more going on.
Okay.
And you see who that is?
Somebody's at the door, but I can't see them. Come on in.
So it was a great show.
Come.
A little tired?
Don't tippy tap. Come, sit.
And it's Maria.
How are you,
have a
Maria?
seat.
You can sit right there.
Look at Maria's shoes.
She
Maria's
has
shoes are as
a
big
whole-
as she is.
Is that like 6 inches of shoes, Maria?
10.
Wow.
5.5. That's like a foot. But I love those shoes.
And she walks elegantly. She comes in and
Look,
she's
her shoes match my dress.
and her dress.
Right? I know, it's all about polka dots today. But she's going to be doing a 2:30 show. Let's grab a mic and you're going to tell us what. So, like, can you grab one of those mics, Maria? Let's just make
Mia.
sure that's on.
Mia, before you leave, did you guys send that reel to? Did you send? Did we transfer the reel to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to myself.
Okay, good.
Send it to yourself, and the kids will
We'll make
show
sure
you.
you
We
got
got to just spray down the room as well. Thank you. Clean it up. Goodbye, guys.
I want to make sure because it's a big reel. You're gonna have to use the other deal. Okay, so real quick, we got like 5 minutes. And we're going to be doing and talking about something for the Latino community, yes?
Yes, we are.
Grab a mic.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Maria
Acuña. So, yes, la idea del programa es que sea un espacio para no solo hablar de salud mental, sino cualquier otro tema que a veces nos cuesta trabajo hablar, que podamos tener las herramientas, la ayuda necesaria, porque muchas veces es falta de conocimiento. Hay muchos temas que son sensibles para muchos, que este sea tu espacio para ti.
And what is the name of the show?
Somos felices
We are happy.
o solo sonreímos.
And-
Hablemos con la verdad.
And we laugh. We laugh by ourselves.
Are we
We smile within
Ha-
ourselves, is really what it means. We have smiles within ourselves.
I like that.
It's kind of cool.
So
There's
are
a-
we happy or we just smile? Let's talk about the truth.
Nice.
There's a lot of significance, a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that comes down. You know, Spanish is a romantic language, and what that means is it has different things like forget about it, right? If you say that in Spanish, it has 200 different meanings, and in English, it has a few. So what she's talking about has different significances. But I'm really excited because again, we are trying to get bicultural. You know, I'm pushing Slick to do the
Tricultural.
Creole. No,
Trilingual.
more, what's quadlingual, whatever. And we're going to push another Spanish piece in there because we're having so much success with that. And we want to grow in that direction. And this is an important aspect in the mental health. And you can't introduce it better. We're still in May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I want to see how it works out and moving in different directions. And she's a natural at this stuff, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, she just picked up a mic and she's good to go. I'm excited you're here because virtual is great, but there is nothing like in
Yes,
person
yes,
and doing it live. Nothing like meeting you because seeing you here and seeing you there is like two separate personas.
There's nothing like human connection, and that's what we need right now.
And that's exactly, well, I'm glad you're talking about that because we have a few more minutes. For just a few moments, talk about what people are missing right now because they're not having the human connection.
Well, I mean, like, just being isolated causes a lot of fear. You know, we're right now thinking what's normal for us. You know, like going back to what is normal for you might not be normal for us. So that's cause fear, anxiety. Also, a lot of this time is cause of doubt ourselves, and that's one of the things I want to talk about it today. So low self-esteem. Why? Because there's a lot of things that are happening that you couldn't control, but you think is your fault. So you take it personal. So helping to understand that you're not the only one, that this is universal, and now that we're all going back together, so we're gonna start, you know, building that connection, that building that self-esteem again, that, you know, no matter where you are, you will connect with others, you're not the only one, start building up and making that self-esteem strong, connecting with yourself again, doing new things together, so that's gonna make you stronger for tomorrow.
You know, it's really interesting because self-esteem, if you don't have good self-esteem to begin with, then this situation is going to make it even worse, right?
Right.
Because you're going to go in the opposite direction. When I used to sell encyclopedias, I used to do it on self-esteem. Does that even make sense to you?
You should look under S.
No. You know, no, not because they're S, because self-esteem, when you don't have any, education is the way you get out of that deal.
Right.
And
Confidence,
so, yes, so I used to sell encyclopedias that had a whole different format in learning. And I used to sell it to bring up people's self-esteem. And the parents would buy it. I was the #1 salesman in New York, I think, for a year. So they all asked me, how are you doing it? Are you lying to the public? No. Knowledge is power, right?
Right, yeah.
And that's
true.
exactly what you're telling people. So if you had low self-esteem to begin with, this situation right now is really going to make it tough.
Right.
But I'm really excited to reach not only our English demographic, but to reach into the Hispanic market and share everything you share. You joined us last week from Forward Thinking, which is an incredible name of your locations, Delray and Pembroke Pines.
Pembroke Pines, yeah.
So.
And it's important, necessary, it's long overdue. We're going to blow this thing up so people know more and more.
Right.
And we're going to tie you into our network also to talk to other people that are in the health profession. You touch on everything right now of what's going
because
on.
it's the body and mind connected. You know, there's always have to be a balance and an equilibrium. And I always say, when you start feeling better physically and mentally, you start making better choices. And one of the things that we do at the clinic is optimize your mental health, your physical health. We're talking about vitality, energy, weight loss. Again, you start feeling better, you make better decisions.
I got to tell you, just seeing her presentation, people are going to feel better.
But that's the name of the game, right? Because you,
Right?
you
You
want
feel
to
like
feel better.
you give hope just by looking at you and seeing your delivery, your smile, your eyes. That's why person is so important. You feel like, you know what, it's all going to be okay.
Yes.
There's options, there's opportunities, and there's help. So when there's help, there is always hope.
This is also my passion, besides being in my career. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, been in mental health for many, many years, but part of the weight loss and working with many women, more than 6,000 patients, is because many, many years ago, I also struggled with weight. And it's something that probably at some point we also struggle.
Yeah.
What I noticed and I started helping is weight loss and obesity is the solution to a problem, because they're underlying psychological issues that we don't know how to handle, and we use food as a way to cope.
All right, more to come. Tune in at 2:30 today on our AMP Media Productions Network. You're going to hear 30 minutes of mental health awareness.
Yes, and you know, I already have about 400 questions that you're not going to get it all in one show. But
Don't make me nervous.
No, I got questions that I'm going to sprinkle as you do this, not all at once. But there's so many other things that I can ask, you know. Depression is one thing, anxiety is another thing. Anxiety among the youth is not the same as anxiety for people my age.
Right.
My son called me today, they're having a birth very soon. I thought she was in labor. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on psychologically with me on that side. This is a whole bunch. And then when you flip it over to the Hispanic side, man, I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be a blowout. You gotta check out that show.
So stay tuned, 2:30. We're going to share that show out as well. Have a great day, everyone. TBT, Throwback Thursday. I can't believe you've never heard of that.
Now nobody in here heard of that.
Has
And that's
anyone ever heard of
right?
TBT?
That's
TBT?
right. Nobody heard.
It's been our generation. I'm so far behind here.
I don't even know what
Thursday.
behind means.
We had some old friends, some longtime friends on the cafe. We had Jay Harmon, we had Neil with Home Baked Goods in Boca. These are spectacular.
The best.
Some new friends come to us from some old friends through Gen G. It's all about connections, networking, face-to-face contact when you can. If you want to come to our studio to promote your business, share an idea, just give us a call. We'll make an appointment to see all of this artwork. Let us know as well. Our doors are always open, but we are doing it now by appointment and scheduling, and you can always give us a call at 866-224-5422. Our crew, you did a spectacular job. They are cleaning between sets, cleaning mics, back and forth. Really, 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 we could not do this without all of you.
That's
So
right.
have
You
a
guys are the best.
safe, great Thursday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Breakfast time, drive time, sponsored by Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters. Soon to be paired with, I don't know, a chicken pot pie or morning glory muffin.
Morning glory muffin, baby.
Have a great day, everyone.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.